Hey, what's up, guys? This is World Series G, and I'm back with a new MLB The Show 20 video for you today. Today, we're going to go over Stage 2 Team Affinity. Throughout the week, as MLB The Show content creators were revealing cards for each team, I broke them down for you. All 21 that were announced. We had 9 more that were revealed when the content dropped. So we're going to quickly go over those, but then we're going to go over which cards you need to go after first, the best cards out of this Team Affinity set. So we're going to go straight into that. Before we do, be sure to follow the Instagram. Everybody loves the show, where we're talking MLB The Show all day long. Content reveals, clips, all that good stuff. Also follow the Twitter, World Series G, and the Twitch, World Series G also. So let's get right into it. 9 cards that were not revealed by any content creators. I guess you can say surprises. So let's get into the first one. Before we do that, let me move my face out the way so you guys can actually see all these stats. So the first one we're going to go to is Boston. Bobby Dahlback, third baseman, first baseman, diamond. This card is pop. 109 power against right, 96 power against left. Vision 44, so you're not really going to play him too much on the higher levels. Really a good card to go after in some BR runs. This card is definitely going to knock balls out the park. And a solid defender, 88 fielding, 95 arm strength. Good card. Solid card all around. Wouldn't say one of the best of cards, but definitely a usable card. Most of these cards are usable. They're all over 90 overall. I mean, it's hard to say that a card at 90 overall right now is not usable. Next one that we knew about, but we didn't see his stats. Dane Dunning. 91 overall, sinker primary, which a lot of these cards has. Gonna suck as a hitter. We're gonna see a lot of sinkers. I'm sorry, you can't even see it. There we go. I think this is a good spot to leave me for the rest of the video. Sinker primary. If you can't hit sinkers, you're gonna have a hard time this year, because a lot of these future stars have sinkers. Slow curve, slider, fastball, probably get up to about 96 with a changeup. Solid per nines all the way around. Cards with, I also like that his home runs per 9 is his worst stat, because that usually brings down players' overalls. But home runs per 9 doesn't affect you in Diamond Dynasty. So he probably plays up a little bit higher because of that. That's Dane Dunning from the White Sox. Next one that wasn't revealed is the Tigers. Daz Cameron, 90 overall. Just a diamond. Basically just a toolsy guy. Nothing that really stands out. Contact against lefties, so he could be a decent guy off the bench against lefties, but nothing that jumps out at you. Good speed, decent speed at 75. Good fielder overall. Nothing good but not great card. Next one we're going to see is Alex Kirilloff, first baseman, outfielder for the Twins. 94 overall. First baseman, like I said. Solid hitter all the way around. 101, 93, 88, 75. Also had the 92 vision. Solid fielder at 81. That's going to drop if you play him in the outfield. Tough to play him in the outfield because of his speed. I know a lot of people played Olsen in the outfield, who's also really slow, but not a 95 fielder like Olsen. Solid card. Definitely can hit a little bit. 88 power is definitely going to mash against righties, and the high vision makes him usable at higher levels. So a solid card, definitely a card you can think about going after if you're a Twins fan, definitely. And you don't really have a guy who's playing first base for you. Next one to be announced, we went through the whole AL West. I believe, yes, everyone in AL West was announced. Next one, Miami Marlins got them a good one. Jazz Chisholm, lefty. Lefties in this game tend to have really good swings, and this guy's a power-hitting lefty at shortstop. You don't see much power at the shortstop position in this game, and this card's got it. 92 power against righty, 83 power against left, and a solid fielder with 88 fielding, 84 speed. Solid all the way around. 63 vision's a bit low, but can play unless you're really playing on Legend. I think this card can play on Hall of Fame too with that pop. You make contact, it's going to go. This is a really good card. And you can play him at second base also. Next one is Luis Garcia. 92 overall from the Washington Nationals. Another one of those cards that are just solid all the way around. Nothing really jumps out at you. 80 fielding, not the greatest. Not a great speed, but left-handed bats. Definitely going to hit. 81 power against right-handers, so he's going to drive the ball against right-handers. Solid vision. So if you like guys who can put the bat on the ball and not strike out too much, which is definitely a thing this year. Guys strike out a ton, way more than last year. You want guys with higher vision, and this is a good card with high vision. Next one we're going to go to is one that we're going to talk about a little bit more later because this card looks filthy. Nick Liddell, 95 overall, Cincinnati Reds. Look at those per nines. 97 hits per nine, 100 Ks per nine, 100 pitching clutch, 6'6" lefty. Lefties are tough to hit in this game as it is against righties or lefties, just because left-handers just throw the ball out of the weirdest spots. And he's got a sinker primary. He can get that up to 95. From just looking at him, he looks like Sale. He looks like he can be like Chris Sale with higher per nines. Like, this card is probably, I'm going to just break the news to you, the number one card you should probably go after. It's either that or the Gratterall card. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but this card I really like. Next one that wasn't announced, Pittsburgh got 95 overall. Ke'Bryan Hayes. He's defense, man. 98 fielding, 99 reaction with 92 arm strength and 90 accuracy, 83 speed, which is also really good. I mean, it almost sucks that he has no secondary positions. You think a card with that type of ability should be able to play somewhere else on the diamond, especially at 83. You would hope maybe he could play the outfield a little bit with that speed and reaction, but third base only. Solid offensive card too. Not going to have a ton of pop with 72 and 64. You're going to really have to catch one with this card. But it's going to hit a lot of singles and doubles, high contact. This card is really brought up by his amazing defense. His bat isn't really a 95, but his defense is like a 99. So it kind of balances out. Solid card. If you like defense, you definitely want to go after this card. Next one to be announced, I think it's the last one actually. It is Colorado Rockies, left-hander, Ryan Rolston, 91 overall. Just looking at this card, he looks like one of the worst of the bunch. But what I do like about this card is that his home runs per nine is 60. So home runs per nine does not affect Diamond Dynasty pitchers. There's no home run per nine. So his overall, he actually plays up a little bit higher because his overall is getting dipped by his home runs per nine. So he's got a high K per nine at 94, 83, and then 82 for walks per nine. So he's solid per nines in the ones that matter. His stuff isn't great, but he kind of feels a lot like Matt Boyd. If you've played against that Matt Boyd card, it does take a little bit to get used to it because he throws everything slow. Slow curve, slow change, slow slider. So he's got a lot of that. He looks kind of like a pumped up Matt Boyd. Still not a card I would jump after, but if you've got all of them, I'd say give him at least a few starts and see how you can throw guys off balance with this card. So that's all of the last 30. So we've gone over all 30 cards over the last 4 days. And now I'm going to talk about which cards you need to go after first. Starting pitcher-wise, let's go to it. We already hinted at it before. Brusdar Graterol, 95-mile-an-hour sinker, but that is not what it is because he's got the outlier quirk. And I seen someone post a video or post a screenshot where his sinker went up to 102. 102-mile-an-hour sinker is not going to be fun to hit. Anyone who's faced Pearson or Kopech knows what 102 feels like. It's an uncomfortable at bat. And having that with the sinker and the fastball, he's really gonna have you cheating for that heater. His secondary pitches aren't awesome, but I mean he would live off that fastball with this guy. With the pitch speeds and just the timing window, you want guys who can throw hard and make you really, really cheat on the heater, and he's gonna make you cheat on his fastball. So he is definitely one of the top. I would not say one. If he's one, then this card is 1A. We just talked about him, Nick Liddell. I think he's going to be dirty. Sinker, slider, not the greatest pitch mix, but I don't think he needs it, honestly. Big lefty with the sinker primary and the slider. I mean, lefties are tough to hit in this game, and I think he's got plenty enough to get guys out, especially with those per nines and a 95 overall. One more starting pitcher I think you should definitely take a look at is Brady Singer. I faced him in Showdown. He's got a funky motion. Sinker primary with the slurve. It's kind of like Corey Kluber in that sense. Slurve's a tough pitch to hit in this game. Anybody with a slurve is tough. That's why people love Roberto Ozuna. That slurve is tough. Kluber, obviously. And this card also has a slurve with a sinker. Wish he had a fifth pitch, but also those two pitches are so deadly. And you can pitch off of two pitches in this game this year with the timing window feeling tinier. You don't feel like you need to have 5 pitches to get guys out in this game. You can really work off of 2 pitches, and I think this card's going to be good. Throwing a couple changeups and 4-seamers to keep guys off balance. This is really going to be a tough card, I believe. So go get them Royals. Now let's talk about position players. First one I want to talk about, because you guys killed me in the comments because I pronounced his name wrong. Vidal Brujan. Switch hitting, second baseman, 95 speed, 97 vision. This card looks like he's just going to slap the ball all over the field. Maybe like a Mondesi type. He doesn't have as much power as that 85 Mondesi card, but he's got the speed and the defense, way higher vision. He's going to put the bat on the ball. This card is going to be tough to face at the top of a lot of people's lineups. You need to go get him. I'm definitely going to go ahead and get him. Here we're going to talk about the third baseman debate. Both of them you should go get. It's basically who you like better. But both of them are guys you need to go after immediately. Nolan Jones looks like a Joey Gallo light. I mean, not even a Joey Gallo light, a Joey Gallo heavy. It's hard talking about minor leaguers and saying they're better than big leaguers, but these cards are better than the big league cards right now. 106 power, 95 against right, 98 against left, 95 arm strength, 59 vision, which is higher than Gallo's, I believe. I'm not making this up, I don't think. Gallo had 28 vision. So Jones doesn't have as much power as Gallo, but he makes it up with the vision and way higher contact stats. Not as good a fielder either, but this card is going to smash. You need guys with high 80s if you want to play to that power meta the game has. So you want guys like this. So he's definitely one you should go after. The next one is Nolan Gorman. It's basically just a debate who you like better. Gorman destroys righties. 102 contact against right. 108 power. Same thing, 94 power against left. He's actually a slightly better hitter than Nolan Jones. 66 vision, high clutch, high discipline. The thing that he doesn't have that Jones has is the ability to play the outfield. But overall, if you think you just want a third baseman, I honestly think this Gorman card is just a better hitter than Jones is. A lot of people are talking about Jones, and I think it's more between his positional flexibility. But if you're taking a card and you're like, I want to stick this card at third base, I don't have a good third baseman, I believe that Nolan Gorman is the guy. If you just want strictly a third baseman, if you're looking at a guy who you want to fit all around your team, depending on what spots you fill, I think Jones is the guy because their stats are similar and Jones has the flexibility. But either of them are must-go gets. Another one you need to go get, this Jazz Chisholm card. I don't think there's a card like him right now in the game. A power-hitting shortstop with 88 fielding and 84 speed. It's hard to find power at the shortstop position. Write in the comments if you know any, but off the top of my head, I think he's really unique in the fact that he's a power-hitting shortstop. Oh, Gleyber Torres. I'm sorry, Gleyber Torres is the same, but Gleyber does not field like Jazz does, and that's what sets him apart. Let's just quickly, just do the comparison. Gleyber's power is essentially the same as Jazz. Jazz is 890. He's 93, 96. Jazz is not as much. Jazz is 92-83, so he doesn't have as much pop as Torres. Doesn't have as much vision either, but the fielding and the speed is what sets him apart. Actually, he can legitimately play shortstop. Torres is a shortstop. Is more of a second baseman pretending to be a shortstop. He can legitimately play shortstop. And if you value defense at shortstop, which is one position you definitely should value defense, this Chisholm card is a #1 get. Might be the best shortstop in the game, depending on how that swing looks. Also, offensively, we got to talk about, not the Giants. We've got to talk about Brandon Marsh. Toolsy, five tool guy. Nothing stands out, but everything is very good. Everything's very good. 82 fielding, 90 arm strength, 85 speed. I know people don't really like these toolsy guys. They like guys with standout stuff, standout attributes, but this card is definitely a go-get to fill your outfield if you don't have an outfield full. And one other card, which some people might argue with, might not think they're that great, but I kind of like this Helio Ramos card. He's kind of like right-handed Marsh. Also, nothing really stands out, but he's toolsy. He's got sneaky pop from both sides, both over 80, which Marsh doesn't have. His is a little low against lefties. I think this card is good. 6 foot tall, so I think he looks like he's going to have a small strike zone, which allow you to have more coverage on your PCI. That's just my little sneaky pick. I know a lot of people might not be looking at Helio Ramos and going, yeah, I need him, unless you're a Giants fan, but I think that's another card you should go after. Unfortunately, he's stuck behind a really crappy Buster Posey card. So I know a lot of people haven't grinded out San Francisco Giants Team Affinity, but I think that's a good card to go after too. So this was a long one, but we got to talk about it, man. It's 30 cards. You can get all 30 of them. It's a huge grind to go get all 30 of them. So you got to know which ones you want to target first. So let me know in the comments which cards you like the best. These are just all purely my opinion. Don't call me an idiot, but obviously everyone has their own specific taste, their own specific cards that they like. So write in your comments which cards you want to get, which cards you like, which cards you disagree with me on, which cards you think are better than some cards I mentioned. But other than that, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to check out some more of this content. If you haven't seen the other videos, check those out too. And this is World Series G signing out. Peace.